Well, hello, my beautiful people. My name is Gan. Welcome back to Lucid9. Last time, we were learning about, fucking, what's his name, Yama in the hospital. We're getting some closure with, all of his friends. First with, Ruri, then Yahiko and Masato. Then we saw, what was her name, Akira, Ari, and Elizabeth. And lastly, with Shigori. We're learning about, stuff that we didn't know before. We're getting more in touch with them. We're telling them sorry and blah blah blah, and hope we see you after all of this. And it's just getting drawn out. It's just getting really drawn out right now. Like, oh my god. It's like, don't get me wrong, I like it in some stuff, but it's like, hurry the fuck up. Like, I want the ending. Hopefully today's the ending. If not, well, tampoco. You know what I mean? Like, well, fuck. Okay, let us continue. I wake to a soft knock at the door. Someone actually knocked? Who would have thought? Come in. This time it's Misaki who slips through the door. Oh yeah, shit. Misaki wasn't even in last episode. I totally forgot about her. This time it's Misaki who slips through the door. She's wordless. She wordlessly walks over to my side and embraces me. I stiffen awkwardly at her touch. Miki? I'm so glad you're okay, Yama. When I heard they were allowing visitors, I rushed here as soon as I could. Then why weren't you the first one, Miki? I was starting to think I would never see you again. She drops off into silence for a moment. I feel her fingers clutching at my hospital gown. Yahiko and Masato told me about the investigation, about your involvement with the case. Yeah, sorry for not telling you. You didn't have to. I just wanted to say, you did well, Yama. The simple words make my throat swell. Before I can respond, she releases me, settling to the chair nearest to my bed. I immediately take note of the stretched waiting on her features. She looks a lot more tired than I remembered. Something wrong? It's just, something about the case still worries me. Have you heard about the recent uproar on Patter? Can't say that I have because, I was fucking going insane for the past 3 months, Miki. Like, shit. Well, it seems that the murders caused a political firestorm. People are angry on how the government handled the incident. Wait, why is the government getting backlash? Aren't the murders a local issue? Misaki shakes her head. After his re-election last week, Nori held a press conference. According to reports, Mr. Ryota was an immigrant. How the fuck was he an immigrant? His name is fucking Ryota. That means he's Japanese. Unless Isamu is like a fucking, independent country, what the fuck is he an immigrant for? Oh, when I meant immigrant, I meant that he lives in Tokyo. That city over there, right next to Isamu? Like that motherfucker? I don't know shit about this game. I know Isamu is probably fake, right? Anyway. Yeah, apparently he's Mexican. Apparently Ryota's fucking Mexican. We need to build a fucking wall over the ocean. Keep those damn Mexicans away. We don't want Gan in Japan. Oh, fuck, man. Not many people are happy that a foreigner was able to murder innocent civilians within their borders. So the mayor blamed Japan's government for granting amnesty to undocumented workers to compensate for the financial crash in 2007. He even proposed for Isamu to break away from the country from the country's incompetence by becoming an independent state. I can only remain in stunned silence at the realization. Mayor Nori is using the murders as his political platform? With all of the attention revolving around Ryota, why is it the Academy being excluded from the media? Well, that's not something new. Really, man? Of course these murders are going to be used for a political platform. It's a big fucking thing. It could either make whoever's in office be like, yeah, we capped the guy, or the opponent to be like, you see that fucker? Why is he still in office? He fucking failed when people were getting murdered. So yeah, it's like a good political platform. You know what, saying that just sounds fucked up, but the world's kind of fucked up, you know? Do you know if they mentioned the Academy at all? They haven't. That's what worries me the most. It's almost as if... She trails off, seemingly lost in a thought. As if what? As if someone were attempting to cover up the school's involvement. A cover-up? I know it's a bit of a stretch, but listen to this. She retrieves her phone from her pocket. Remember how the Academy had quite a few sponsors? Isn't that why it's so prestigious? You know, career day and all? Exactly! So I figured, what if they were afraid of people knowing that they were affiliated with a school who hired a murderer? Then, how were they able to censor the media? Well, easy. It's probably media organizations who sponsor the school, or like social networks like, I was gonna say Facebook, but it doesn't exist in this world, like Patter, you know what I mean? They gave money to the school, and after the whole incident, they're like, yeah, look, Mayor Nora wants to break away from the country. Japan is a piece of shit. Let's talk about that in the fucking school. It's easy, Misaki. That, I still don't know. She says this dejectedly, sinking in her seat. Yama? Yeah? Aren't you angry? Angry? At Mr. Ryota, at the media, at fate. You didn't deserve any of this. You already gone through so much. And yet, it happened anyway. She clutches her fist. An uncharacteristic shadow veils across her face. Maybe she's right. Maybe I should be angrier. But all I feel right now is just relief. Everyone's safe. That's all that matters to me. I see. She expels a heavy sigh. Seeing her this distraught is a little unsettling, to say the least. I guess these past few months haven't been easy on anyone, especially even Misaki. She should be fending over entrance exams, or modeling stints, or social drama, not over her friend almost being murdered. This somber thought prompts me to ask her about school. Since the academy is closed, do you know where you're being transferred? No? The shift in her eyes tells me she hasn't given it much thought. Have you been studying at least? Aren't the university entry exams coming up soon? Who are you, my teacher? I'll take that as a no. School hasn't been my top priority lately. It's never has been, to be honest. So you're not worried about getting into university? Not really. Now that I think about it, she never explicitly said what she was planning to attend. So what are you doing after high school? So what are you doing after high school? The words slip from my mouth before I'm able to grasp what I just said. How ironic. I never expected I to be the one to ask this question. I don't know. Yep, that's an actual good answer about, you know, when you leave fucking high school. No one knows what they're doing. Even when you go to university, you don't know what you're doing. Like, I know what I'm doing yet. I'm gonna be a doctor or a lawyer or blah 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 blah. No, man. The thing is about when you go to university or even community college, you don't know what you're actually doing until you actually, you know, fucking do it. And you learn that it's boring, you don't like it, then maybe you'll change your classes, blah blah blah. I don't know, man. But take this as an advice. If you're planning to go on university, college, community college right after high school, take the required classes first. Like, take, you know, the basic ones, English, math, etc, etc. Then after that, take whatever your major is in. Because you could always change your fucking major midway through. And if you don't take your fucking, you know, English, math right away, you're gonna be fucking stuck. Because because if you change your major, right? Now you gotta do your major classes. And now you gotta do the math and English that you didn't fucking finish. I should know because I was taking administration justice, right? I was almost done, honestly. Like, with the administration of justice. I just needed the classes for that. like maybe 1 for that, and the required classes like English, math, whatever. Then I decided, you know what, this is kind of boring, I'm gonna switch. Now I had to do, because I want to change to IT, now I have to do the IT courses, and I still gotta do the fucking required classes. Like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, yeah, you're rambling. Yeah, I know I'm rambling. Shit. But this is important, because fuck this game. It just, I don't know, it's drawing it out too long. It's like, Misaki, done. Ending, give me. What about modeling? As much as I enjoy it, I don't think I'm fit for it. Why not? I thought you loved your job. I do, but... She averts her gaze, twiddling her phone between her fingers. I went into the business for the wrong reasons. I thought it was an opportunity to experience something new, you know? I thought it would be easy. But it's not. I can't cope with the stress. I can't focus. I'm always irritated. Tell me what company would you want someone like that? Tell me what company would want someone like that? Miki, you're not. But it's true, Yama. You've seen it. I never really think these things through. I just don't know what to do anymore. Yep, I've been there before. But it's a good thing you're in high school, you know what I mean? Like, you could fucking take years to fucking understand it. Like, at first when I left high school, I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I know it. I got it. Then, like, what was it? Not too recently, like 20 years old, I'm like sad because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What the fuck am I doing in my life? I don't know what I'm doing. Even now I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But at least now I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. And I kind of have an idea what to do, you know? As strange as it sounds, Misaki seems genuinely concerned. I take a moment to really consider her situation. The Misaki I knew couldn't care less about failing. As long as she has fun doing what she wanted, that's all that mattered to her. Yep. Take that as advice. I'm not gonna lie. Do not care about failing, man. Just have fun. Like, yeah, you're kind of dumb. Just, I don't know, man. Do something. Have fun. Don't be too stressed out about shit. Watch fucking YouTube or something. If you really love being a model, then keep doing it. If you lose interest in that, you can always try something else. Yep. That is true. For a moment, Misaki's expression is unreadable. I'm afraid I said something extremely cheesy, but she flashes me a bright smile. Wise words from an old man. But she's a year older than me. Thank you, Yama. Don't mention it. For some reason, the sincerity in her voice flusters me. Usually she's the one giving me these kinds of pep talks. I suppose I should let you rest. I still need to speak to Rui. I'm sure you'll be alright. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Miki. Of course. Rest well, Yama. After flashing me one last smile, she strides out the door. Fucking end the game. It was surprising to see Misaki so anxious, but then again, it's only natural considering everything that's happening. The academy is being excluded from the media, the citizens are fed up with the government, Mayor Nori is calling for sovereignty. It seems change is imminent for Isamu. The fact that the murders have garnered so much attention on this scale boggles my mind. You know what? End the game. I don't give a fuck about Isamu. Like, we met the mayor once. Once. Nothing else, you know what I mean? Fuck the mayor. Not wanting to dwell on it for too long, I force myself to clear my head. I can't think more of this later. For now, I should focus on the people around me. That'll probably be all I can do. The next visitor comes after an hour after Misaki. And it's Rui! She's dressed in her school uniform like she's just an ordinary student going to an ordinary school, ready to face another long day of ordinary classes and ordinary teachers. The sight is so ordinary that it makes my throat sore. After these past 3 months, after remembering how she dragged me through therapy, after all that she's been through, just looking at her makes me hopeful that life will, one day, return to normal. He kicks back in the chair by my bed, face shining with a typical grin. Morning, lazyhead! Morning? What's with the uniform? I don't know, a kind of missed it after a while. Come again? It's not all that bad. I mean, being forced to wear it kind of sucks, but when you don't have to wear it anymore, it feels weird. You know what? Fuck you, Ruri. Like, I wear a uniform from my middle school for fucking Belvedere. That shit was fucking... ugh. I fucking hated it. Like, hey, I'm still a second year. I still have another 365 days before I am old enough. I become an old froggy. I flick her in the forehead with a mocking frown. Who are you calling an old froggy? Who do you think? Are you sure you want to stick with that statement? What's that supposed to mean? You know, being an old froggy is pretty good life. I get killer discounts, I don't have to work, I have a free pass to say any offensive thing I want. On second thought, never mind. Too late. Now I have an old person privileges. Heavens help us all. It's a little weird teasing each other like this after what we've just been through, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, this would function as an amazing segue to a different topic of conversation. Oh no, don't do it! Speaking of old froggies, how are your parents doing? I hate you. I know. She kicks my bed a little, but predominantly responds. They've been visiting over the past few months. They couldn't come in here though because, you know. Because I was isolated? Because I was unstable? But I could leave to talk with them at any time. They're really thankful. It'll be nice if you come over for dinner sometime. They like to talk to you about something. Anything. Sounds like we're both going back to Seto. Yeah, since school's closed, they want me to go back home. Probably tomorrow. They visited earlier. You didn't see them? No, I was probably sleeping. Maybe. Did something happen? Oh, well, you know, that's just something important happened at work. He probably got caught up in it, as usual. Well, that makes sense. Ruri bites her lips and meets my gaze. I really think they should contact their parents. The air grows a little chilly. My fingers dig into the blankets. No need. The hospital probably has. Okay. We sit in silence for another moment as Ruri works to find words to say. Yama? But the door suddenly flies open and familiar faces pour into the room. Yahiko, Masato, Misaki, Akira, Elizabeth, and Ari all race to my bedside. Why the fuck are you here again? Up and at 'em, Coach! You have hereby been acquitted of all crimes. What? I think she means you're allowed to leave the hospital. And the doctors told you guys this, not me? Come on, man. Only a pansy sits around and twiddles his thumbs when there's work to be done. In other words, you got tired of waiting. Well, technically, my good... Fuck, what's his voice? Well, technically, my good minion, Yama is officially released, all due to my considerable influence. Uh-huh, I'm sure. Actually, the scary thing is that he's probably telling the truth. I really need to ask him about, well, everything, eventually. Okay. Okay, get up already. Elizabeth suddenly seizes my arm and pulls me out of bed, shoving a handful of clothes in my face. Get dressed. Get dressed. We have something to show you. The others smile excitedly, poise on the tips of their toes. Ruri grins encouragingly. Lead the way! After giving me a few minutes to change in a spare uniform, we check out of the hospital and clamber into a limousine, supposedly played by Yahiko. The group is in a chatty mood as we wind down the streets to the familiar shopping complex by the academy. Laughter, jokes, and teasing chased away the tension in the air. We stop in front of Café de la Pax, where Yahiko bounded up to the door and opens it with a flourish. Huh, deja vu. After you, my good minions. I'm floored as we step through the door. Colorful streamers and balloons are plastered all around half of the cafe, decorated with the letters proclaiming, "Welcome back, heroes," hanging from the ceilings. It's a stark contrast from the slick and sophisticated furnishing, but that doesn't stop my gratitude. This is for us? I certainly don't see anyone else. You guys! Ruri covers her face with her hands. Thank you. It's nothing. Just a couple of balloons and streamers. I want to rent a dragon, but Elizabeth said it would be a fire hazard. Not to mention the minor problem that dragons don't exist anymore. Yama, what about Freddy the fucking dragon? Okay, like shit, he was the best dragon a girl could ever have. Isn't that right, Akira? Hey, don't forget who's paying for all of this. Praise me. Wow, to think that he would actually say that out loud. Thank you for your generosity. Elizabeth says these words plainly and honestly. Could they actually be getting along? But of course, my lady. This is pocket change in comparison to the Akari family treasury. Elizabeth's good mood quickly falters, but Masaki's eyes light up in realization. Pocket change? Akari's wealth is surmountable, lovely maiden. Truly, your generosity is unimaginable. How kind your spirit is to provide our lonely company with a bountiful feast of refreshments. Wait, refreshments? So you agree? The hospitality of an Akari is beyond measurable. I shall make certain that all of my followers learn of this. All of your followers? Okay, Misaki's that's just evil. I believe that 8 orders of high tea will suffice for our party. High tea? Now, time to write that, Pat. This is beginning to feel like extortion. Okay. 8 orders of a high tea coming right up. The poor soul. I watched with sympathy as he strides over to the counter, attempting to flirt with the server for a discount. Meanwhile, Akira and Elizabeth had dragged 3 tables together and arranged 8 chairs in even eclipse. Have a seat. We have something special planned. Even more than all this? Ha. Ha. You didn't think that we'd drag your asses all the way here just to drink some plant water, did you? Elizabeth seems fairly offended at this disagreement of her beloved tea, but remains silent as Masato flings something out of his backpack. Ta-da! A heavy, ragged binder lands squarely in the center of the table, stuffed to the brim with stacks of paper. A binder? Ooh, the last time I saw one of these was during the Edo period. It ain't that old. We're all surprised when Ari suddenly snatches the binder, flipping through it like a madman. She smiles, the closest thing I've ever seen to that broad smile of hers. It's an RP! Yeah. What the fuck is an RP? Can I be GM? Her eyes are almost shining. I have never seen her so happy before. Well, sure. I was going to do it if no one wanted, but... Wait. Is that Dungeons and Dragons? No. Shut up, no. I want to. Huh? Role-playing? Who would have thought? I didn't know you like board games, Masato. What? This isn't a board game. This is an artifact of story creation that weaves intricate tales of heroes' development. Me and the boys at home play it all the time. Little Hibiki had to be healer though, cause he couldn't sustain a good pounding. I I have an ominous feeling about this. How exactly do you play RPGs?
Acting it out, of course. How else are you supposed to play them?
Oh boy.
Who needs dice anyway? This way, it all goes down to skill.
No, dice are imperative. This firm word from Ari shocks us into brief silence.
Dice are pansies! Well, hey, you're GM.
That was frightening. For a second, I swore that Ari was radiating a death aura. It might be best to get on her good side. So, what should we do first? You must create a character. Wait, I must develop a world lore. Ari narrows her eyes in concentration for a brief moment. Steampunk setting. You are in elegant metropolis, a bustling city where clockwork machinery sees to your needs and humans find ways to reach the heavens. I swear to God, if this fucking drags on anymore, I'm killing whoever made this fucking game. Your fortunes are blessed, placing you squarely in the middle class. The metropolis is enlightened and thriving of this. You are grateful. Please, choose one of the following classes. The Knight, a powerful yet cumbersome fighting type. The Hamster, a rogue of sly mind and wit, with nimble feet and fingers. The Alchemist, a master of magical artifacts and elements with a scientific twist. The Doctor, a knowledgeable cleric. Generally for girls. The Musketeer, a champion of firearms. The Engineer, an inquisitive inventor of ingenious inventions. The Entertainer, valuable to battle, but charming and vulnerable to battle, but charming and convincing. Wait, did she really come up with that within just 5 seconds? Wow, they all sound so fun! I don't know what to pick!
Ain't it obvious? There's only one good class.
Here we go. Time for Mercenary Masato, the unbeatable fighter.
The Doctor!
Wait, what? Masato? You know that the Doctor is the healing type, right?
What, you think I'm an idiot? I've always wanted to be the cleric, but they always made me the fighter.
Well, this is getting interesting. Very well, Masato, Doctor. She doesn't even seem phased. As for me, I'll be a Hestier. Sounds exciting. I'll try my hand at a musketeer. Huh, that fits with your aim. She whips in my direction, ready for a snappy comeback, but then realizes that I was complimenting her. Oh, thank you. Her aim was really impressive. I'll be an entertainer. Oh, so useless. You say that when you're in a foreign nation, and the only thing keeping us from chopping block are my lure scales. An entertainer could be really useful. Not that I'll say that out loud. So, Dr. Masato, Hestier Akira, Musketeer Elizabeth, Entertainer Rui, Yama, Miki, and Yahiko remain. Yahiko, why don't you pick first? Sure. I overview the list of classes in my head. Logically, we should probably all pick different classes so that we're a balanced group. That leaves me with the Alchemist, the Engineer, or the Knight. Being a Knight sounds like I have just a lot to do with fighting. Being an Alchemist sounds really cliché. I guess I'll be an Engineer. What did they do exactly? Engineer stuff, of course! Dude, every time she puts her figure out, I just put my fucking index up. Yes, Akira, so I gathered. In that case, I'll be a Knight. What? Not an Alchemist? Being an Alchemist sounds so boring. Knights are much more heroic and daring. Well, that's no surprise. Now to start. Whoa, hold up. Yahiko suddenly pops next to me, apparently done with ordering the budget-breaking 8 high teas. Masato, my man, I thought we agreed that we don't need to use pens and paper.
We did?
Without responding, Yahiko reaches his own backpack and splats something around the table. Merry Christmas, everyone! It isn't Christmas. Yahiko gives our sign codes, gleaming with the shininess of newest released product. Where could Yahiko have gotten these? Technically, they're just prototypes, but they should work amazingly for our purposes. As we fit the futuristic spectacles over our eyes, Ari taps the table with impatience. Yahiko, you must pick a class. Class? Well, strategically speaking, you should pick the remaining class, which is the alchemist. Your command is my wish, milady. What's with the stairs? Am I supposed to come up with a name and a backstory and all that? Well, if you insist. I'm 0.0017 kilometers tall, eyes as blue as an Egyptian oasis. I was crafted by angels and fell from the heavens. My clothing is skin tight, which helps produce my amazing figure. What strikes you speechless, good minion? My dashing good looks? That's not exactly how I put it. Hey, I have a great idea. Why don't we get started, Ari? Thank you, Ruri. That is not an idea at all, but very well. Our very literal GM proceeds to close her eyes, speaking in a soft, rolling tone reminiscent of the most skilled storytellers. Okay, fuck. You receive a letter promising power and prestige. If you will simply enter the caravan tower at 20 o'clock and ask for Ion, what shall you do? Go, of course. I don't waste a moment of a time. I agree. Full steam ahead, people. Well, power and prestige sounds fun and dandy, but there's money involved, huh? Hamster sees always care for them shinies, huh? She's barely understandable. I'm not putting up with this through the entire RP. Wait, Akira, if it's steampunk, we should all be speaking British accents. If looks can kill, Elizabeth will currently be my murderer. Don't you dare, Yama Ishimoto! Tally-ho! Tally-ho! We've done quite the bang-up job on our character creations, if I so say myself. Akira and Ruria promptly doesn't notice that I'm teasing. They only light up with excitement. That is a splendid idea! Why, I do believe that you have landed upon something quite profound, Yama Ishimoto. Elizabeth buries her face in her hands, but the pair continues on, oblivious. Well, under these circumstances, it would be prudent to meet this person together, would it not? Ah yes, indubitably, I quite agree. Ari cuts in with her solid monotone, earning Elizabeth some relief. Elizabeth, Masaki, Akira, and Ruri are en route, and... Well, if it wouldn't be a party without the great Yahiko Ikari.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too.
Sure, why not? Very well. As she closes her eyes, contemplating for a moment, then opens them with a renewed fever. En route to the fated tavern, you suddenly encounter a rabid horde of curious dingbats. What? It's something Shigori says often. And suddenly, I'm not surprised anymore. Prepare for battle! Tokens spring up in our monitors, representing rows of hard faces creating dingbats. Hold up, citizens. Stand back. This is a perfect job for President J. Graves. Governor Maker, immobilized. What the fuck?
You have no abilities by that title.
Then I unleash a firestorm of death, for I am the alchemist. Ladies and gentlemen, power gaming at its finest.
I see. Roll.
Yahiko does so. He rolls a 1. I swear, it's a 1, isn't it?
You dropped your spell book on your toe.
What?
Sorry, man, but you gotta stick to being a model. Error, 404 model class does not exist.
Maybe it'll work out if he models as an alchemist. No! I protest! These dice must be weighted! Are you serious?
But they're digital, Yahiko. They cannot be weighted. Look, let's just have melee in front, reins in back, and Ruri in the far back. This should be fairly simple considering that it's the first battle in the game. Okay. What exactly do I do?
You just gotta play for us, Ruri. We'll keep you safe.
Yeah, and Yama will protect you.
Or Masato, you know, whoever.
A bard boosts his team stats and morale. If you roll high, you may even provide others with an extra turn. Wow, I'm so excited.
You do know that's especially you're just plucking on a wooden metal, right?
Shut up, Yama. Right. Let's start this battle before everything turns to rubbish. Ari, I fire at the dodgy trotter by the front.
Dodgy? Ha! Trotters?
Shut up, Yama. I think your accent is really cool. Thank you.
She rolls on the monitor. For once, it's actually a high number.
Direct hit. Musketeer. The greediest dingbats crumble into dust of ignorance whence it came.
I'm pretty sure that phrase also came from Shigori.
Then I'll attack the nearby enemies.
20. She rolled a 14. She rolls another decent hit.
Another greediest dingbat has fallen by the blade of the night. Ha! As if these dingbats can ever handle me. In that case, I'll slit the throat of the one in the bag.
Jesus Christ, Akira. And just with the final high roll, the greediest dingbats fall beneath the crooked blade of the hen steer.
Only one greediest dingbat remains.
I'll get it with my scalpel.
You're a cleric, Masato. I don't think you should get anywhere near those enemies.
He rolls a 20.
Tch, you're banging on my medical school? I'll show you.
20. 6. He missed. Oh wait, no, he did like a little damage.
You scratched the greediest dingbat.
Scratch!
I told you so. Well, it wasn't terrible at least.
Ugh. Poor Masato. He must be used to winning from acting out RPs instead of rolling for them. Yeah, beating up his fucking brothers.
Yama, you should move.
Oh yeah. I considered my options for a moment. I could just fire at it with my pistol, I guess, but that seems kind of bland. What's the greediest dingbat's made of?
Cogs, gears, and steam.
Okay, I take the nearest pipe and stick it into the mechanism to jam it.
That's an innovative idea.
But why do something so boring when you can make it explode in a ball of fire? Because I might drop my spellbook on my toe. Huh, what kind of a dummy would do that, you? Gee, I wonder.
Roll.
And I do so, and 20. Wow, of all times to be lucky.
20? Couch Lucky Luckerson! In one swift motion, You thread the poles through the cogs at the critical point. The mechanism locks in place, overheats, and explodes in a ball of fire.
What?
Congratulations, you have cleared the first battle. Your rewards are...
Wait, hold up. No, I can't let a mere peasant suppress the greatness of Governmecker. Let's just skip to the next battle.
What?
Yeah, make it the big one, the final battle. 5 armies clashing up on a battlefield of darkness, and leading the forces of light is the great hero, President J. Graves.
Backing away slowly now.
Yahiko's classic antics. I didn't realize how much I appreciate them until now.
Very well. You are teleported to the final battle, surrounded by armies on all sides. Wait, what? But we haven't even had the chance to level up.
Tis. My shot to send them how smacking doctors are muffin. We all stare at him in silence, completely bewildered by the foreign words spewing from his mouth. All of us, save for one, of course.
You do understand that you're a healer, right? You should focus on keeping us alive, not showing off.
Misaki responds in quick and fully understanding what Masato just said.
Misaki, you know what he's saying?
Of course I do.
Of course I do. You don't? Oh, wait, he was speaking street, wasn't he?
Speaking street? She's probably referring to the slang that resides over the poorest districts of Isamu. I guess that Masato's random words vomit is actually street slang. That makes sense. No, it's not. Fuck you. I grew up in Islos. Fucking putos, okay? Hey, Megumi. You speak straight too?
Misaki! And yes, I suppose I picked it up while I lived in District 6.
Everyone seems surprised by this revelation. Well, everyone except Ruin and I.
It sounds so cool. Could you be our translator? Sure.
Aces, I retouch my street. Nersiki, when... Nerkeen, when these N get fit.
You can brush up on your street, but I doubt it will be any useful. Whoa, how do you even understand it? How do you understand everything?
Misaki shrugs her shoulders.
It sort of slips in my dictation, I guess. But that's not important right now. Let's continue to the battle.
Ah yes, the very abrupt battle of 5 armies, all because of Yahiko Ikari.
One detail.
What the fuck? There's a literally bear right there, and a dragon up there, what the fuck? Suddenly, a flood of monsters pop up on our signcodes, practically burning our eyes with light.
The other 4 armies are allied and fighting you.
What the fuck?
All 4 armies? Oh gosh. Yeah, guys, let's not do this. Can we just go back to the tavern and get through the RP like normal people?
You question the will of the great Ikari? Fear not, good citizen. President Graves can fight this whole horde with one arm behind his back.
I'm never going back. The past is in the past.
And I'm a doctor.
Yes, you are.
I take it that we're fighting then?
Yes.
Okay,
well, don't blame me if y'all die terrible deaths.
Meh, lighten up, it's a game. We're bound to die anyway. We tap our sign codes to take our positions. Hopefully sound. From what I can tell, Ari at least nice enough to keep the enemies at the same level as us. Hopefully this is actually beatable. Ari suddenly moves her icon in front of us, pacing it back and forth like a war general speaking to her units.
A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and...
No, Kira.
Coach, what's the fun of having a final battle if you can't have an epic speech?
Why? Do I suddenly get the feeling that we had this exchange before? Whatever, make it quick.
Fine, I'll make it a little more interesting. Men, women, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your hippopotamuses.
Wait, what?
This day, we fight! And with that, Ari, I like to pickpocket the nearest enemy.
Why? Our attempt is a failure, but at least she doesn't pay dearly for it. But Ari surprises us by breaking in right after Akira turns it over.
The clockwork goblins are...
That's not goblins, that is fucking bears.
The clockwork goblins on the flank surges forward and attacks Ruri. Ruri, roll for a dodge.
He gets a 1. Immediately, the token on her screams dart to the vulnerable backline, where Masato and Rui are wide open.
Akira, your move left our backline wide open. Uh-oh. Relax, at the very least, my dex is really high.
She presses a finger to the frame of her sight code. 1. The fateful death lands on our display.
A 1? Are you serious?
Oh man, fucking getting a 1 in Dungeons & Dragons fucking sucks.
Great gobbling goobers! Even with your substantial modifiers, Rui, you did not dodge. You must be really unlucky today. No, wait, there has to be some kind of mistake.
Unfortunately, dear Rui, the mistake seems to be yours. No man shall you spill. Do it up.
Masato says that everything is your fault, Yahiko, and you need to fix it.
Me? Why me? You're the person for this puncher.
You're the one who insisted on having this battle.
Okay, I'll fix it.
No, wait! I'm sure Yama will be more than happy to revive you using mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Wait.
Yama, roll with strength, dexterity, concentration, and intelligence modifier. No, in real life! We have no physical die. I mean, that he should do CPR on Rui in real life. What? Ooh, this is getting interesting.
You guys can't be serious.
I have no opinions on the matter.
Wait, Rui's dead? Is she a zombie? No, she isn't. Hence why there's no need for CPR. Don't worry, Rui, I'll do it.
Oh, gosh,
Masato, there's literally no reason to perform CPR. Whoa, dude, you sound intense.
Aw, someone's getting jealous.
I'm not getting jealous.
That's what a jealous person would say.
Miki. The group breaks out into laughter at my expense. I feel betrayed. Hey guys, you'll lay off Yama. I'll take one for the team.
You know what? I have a great idea. Why don't I just, stay dead?
Suddenly, a die roll on our motion breaks the flow of conversation.
Who wrote that? No, I. Not I.
Nor I.
It was me.
Ari paused for a moment, glancing at her GM references before pronouncing judgment.
Ruri did not die. She has, however, been mortally wounded and taken captive by the enemy forces. I
did?
What? Huh? This doesn't seem to be better than dead. Why is my luck so awful?
Don't worry one bit, Ruri. We'll save you.
Masato. From our strategic standpoint, that is impossible. Don't you see how many enemies fortified the base?
That ain't no problem. We gotta save Rui. Is this the operative we or the royal we?
Remember who you're talking about, Yama. Masato's probably the most literal human being I know.
That's true, but... You saying you ain't gonna lift a finger? Tiny one, I'll charge through the enemies like a man. He taps a cycle to roll. 1. 2.
You died.
Masato's face crumbles as if Christmas has been cancelled.
Oh, maybe I should have said it a little softer. Ah, you died. This is a good example of why you must look before you leap. Honestly, what were you thinking? Charging like a bull is quite possibly the worst strategical decision you can ever make.
Yeah, and what you doing? Nothing. Tell me all you want, but aren't you any better than our enemies standing around like a bunch of dummers? This is punctuated by a very long silence.
Oh my! Dummers? So standing around? Yama, let's save Rui. I concur. We must rescue Rui at once. Roger that. Roger that. Operation Saving Private Rui is a go. Climb every mountain. Ford every steam. Follow every rainbow till you find your dream.
What are you guys... Why are you guys so old?
Well, Coach, give us the order.
Me?
It's the least you can do. You've been utterly useless thus far. I trust your judgment, Yama.
Well, I don't know what possesses them, but for some reason, I appreciate their fate. So, looks like we have to fight through a mass of enemies to get to Rui. No way around it. This definitely takes some sacrifices. Especially, my best chance is to use the others to pull the forces away, little by little, like an elite guerrilla task force. Well, when I think about it, it's not really fair to just sacrifice the others. I'll distract them. Any remaining, make for a break for Rui.
What? Are you sure, Yama? Or, if this is the famous act of noble idiocy, the heated fire of his love is unquenchable, even in the face of death. Or simply stupidity, I doubt that this decision is
Fuck.
Or simple stupidity, I doubt that this decision is strategically sound.
Just get Rui, yeah? I guide my token to the flank of the giant force. Alright, I throw as many explosives and weapons as possible in the enemy to draw their attention. I'm gonna roll a 1. This is accompanied by a decent roll. A horde of tokens swarm around me before I can blink.
You are now surrounded by clockwork goblins. That's the cue! Fly, you fools!
Kira and Elizabeth and Misaki charge towards the newly opened gap with fever as I quickly succumb to the giant group of goblins.
Stay focused, the end is in sight.
But just as she utters this, the guard by the prisoner war camp seemed to double in number.
Some goblins were sleeping. Uh-oh. Some?
The puny resistant force is quickly stamped out by the new horde, leaving Rui hopelessly in the clutches of the goblins.
Game over. You're all dead. Except Rui.
No, not all of us. Have you so easily forgotten that the general still stands? Governmaker, mobilize! My firestorms, Ari!
Roll.
A 1.
What? Again? You dropped your spellbook on your other toe.
I call foul! Something's wrong with the RNG, dudes!
There can't be anything wrong with the RNGs. It is simply an RNG.
But... It's alright, dude. Getting late anyway. Almost time for my curfew. Huh? Already? I checked the time. It's actually 5:40. I guess we all left the hospital pretty late.
Besides, the RP was really fun. And I'm sure it would have been more fun if someone didn't insist on skipping to the final battle without a plan. I also really enjoyed it. My compliments to the GM.
Wait, are we leaving? But the high tea just got here! Surely enough, 2 servers have bustled out from the back room, arms laden with trays of teapots and dainty sandwiches. My stomach grumbles embarrassingly loud. Everything looks delicious. Ah, well, if it's the food... He promptly sits down and unashamedly digs in. Well, that was easy.
This is all due to Yahiko's generosity, everyone. Make sure to express your gratitudes. Thanks, Yahiko. Your gratitude knows no bounds. Oh, fantastical benevolence.
Ah, where the fuck did you get the peach?
I appreciate your generosity, if little else.
Thanks, man. Oh, well, this is just pocket change to an Akari. Note to self, never got on Misaki's bad side. She'll totally get Yahiko to wound around her little fingers. I try a scone on the nearest tray. It crumbles delightfully in my mouth, perfectly cooked. Wow, this is really good stuff. Thanks, Yahiko. But of course. After all, a proper world dictator must keep his minions well fed. At times like this, I wonder if a world run by Yahiko wouldn't actually be that bad. Generosity is popular with the ladies, after all. I take that back. I take it all back. After scooping some treats onto a plate, I return to my seat. Unlike the last time we were all together, no one separates into groups. Everyone is sitting around the same table, chatting with smiles on their faces. It's heartwarming. Fuck, man. I'm gonna end it here.
But yet,
why? Because it's getting so fucking long. Why? Why are you drawing it out so long? We caught the killer. Like, why? Whoever made this game, tell me, why are you drawing this out too long? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? This game is never gonna be over. I'm in purgatory right now, where I just make videos of this game. I'm not gonna lie, it is fun. It's just, dude, we caught the killer already. Why do we need this cheesy fun bullshit? ¿Por qué? Why? Just why? Like, I would have ended it right as soon as he exits the hospital, right? And be like, wow, now my future is really brighter. The end. The fucking end. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and leave a comment. Please, tell me if I should, keep playing, or, no, next episode. Just keep going. Make the episode 2 hours long. Someone please tell me that, because, fuck, man. Motherfucking, fucking shit, fuck.
Yeah, stop cussing. YouTube doesn't like that.
Well, fuck YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, this is farewell, and as always, bye-bye.